I'm Jalen Rose, and I would like to apologize for a comment I made earlier on NBA Countdown. I questioned why a woman's name who had an alleged affair with Celtics head coach Ime Udoka was not made public. After an internal investigation, and it was discovered that she was a subordinate to the head coach, I now understand fully why her name should not be released to the public. Now back to our NBA coverage.
You talk about looking like a straight hostage. That is exactly what Jalen Rose came across as when I just saw that clip, when I was watching that clip. Now, I know I'm late to the game. As I stated before, I don't watch pre-game shows, halftime shows, or post-game shows because I just think there's a bunch of clown that's going on for the most part. I used to watch Inside the NBA on TNT, but now I don't watch the NBA anymore until the foreseeable future, until they stop spreading so much hate against our people. So I will not be watching the NBA anymore. But I came across that clip, and then they also, on the video I was watching, they were also talking about the clip of Jay Williams on First Take asking the question that everyone has been asking of why is it that Amazon isn't being held accountable? Why is no one coming after Amazon for housing for being the major platform that it is and housing that documentary that has skyrocketed in sales that Amazon continued to profit off of since Kyrie posted the link on his Twitter? Why is no one coming after them? So, and just looking at that clip, it's the most cringiest thing, man. It's the most cringiest thing when you sit and talk about these issues and you see how uncomfortable people have to be when they speak about this. It just goes to show you just how much a lot of these people who speak on these platforms, they don't be believing in the stuff that they talk about. Because why are you so uncomfortable talking about it? Molly is the most comfortable person up there because she really believes in that movement. She's a feminist. She is deep into it. So she can be the most comfortable in her skin while being up there. Meanwhile, you look at the men. Oh my goodness. You look at Stephen A. You look at, I didn't hear JJ Redick speak, but just the head down motion. You had Amari Stoudemire up there, Jay Will and all that, and just in general, Mike Wilbon and Mike Green or whatever, all these people, and you just see just how, oh my, like I'm so blown away by it, honestly, y'all. I don't even know what to say. How uncomfortable they look up there when they're supposed to be the leading force of giving us their critiques, their opinions, providing us with news, not just, I'm speaking about the sports right now, but just journalists in general. They're supposed to be the leading charge in these things. And you can just see the cringiness, see the uncomfortableness, if that's a word, and just see just how defeated they look when they're up there. They're supposed to be up there giving their thoughts. But because they don't believe the things that they be saying most of the time, they are so careful with what they say. They walk on the biggest eggshells. It just goes to show, it's so bad, man. It's so bad when I watch that. And I'm not an ESPN watcher. I don't watch any, I'm telling you that it don't really matter, but I don't really watch these shows. I don't watch anything on ESPN like that. I just watch the games, football, previously basketball, but like I said, until they stop spreading so much hate towards our people, I won't be watching that either. But it is bad, man. When seeing Jalen Rose give that apology for a logical question, it's the worst thing to see that man get a call from upstairs and be forced to go on and apologize for something that you know he believed. You know it makes sense to everybody, but they will look at people like us as if we are the idiots because if we are stupid, we don't make any sense, we just want attention. If we ask these logical questions as to why do we not know the name of this woman who Ime Udoka had a consensual relationship with, who's also married herself? Isn't she an employee of the Boston Celtics? It was told that she wasn't going to be suspended. Why? Why isn't Amazon held to the same standard, an even bigger standard, honestly, as Kyrie Irving? Why is that? And you heard Jay Will breaking this down, talking about this on First Take. Again, I'm late to the game, but whatever. I'm still going to talk about it because it was on me to talk about it, so I'm talking about it. But you heard Jay Will talking about this, and you can see through the fakeness, the just the blatant. They just don't care. Like they know it makes sense that when you hear people say, yeah, that is logical, yeah, that is true, and I don't disagree, but the thing that you have to get people to do when you bring up something that's logical and that makes sense and that contributes to a conversation is you have to not let them say, oh yeah, I agree, and just move on. That's exactly what Molly did. She just said, oh yeah, you're right, but Stephen A, I want to bring you in here. No, touch on this situation. That documentary has been on Amazon for 4 years, since 2018. And no one has ever talked about it to the degree of what we're talking about now. So that means it has skyrocketed in sales. It's doing amazing because ESPN, CNN, Fox, all of them, they've been promoting it more than the person who made the documentary, most likely. Kyrie just put a link up and they ran with it. They wanted to use the promotion word with Kyrie, but no, you're the one that's promoting it. The Brooklyn Nets could have handled this in-house and no one would have said a thing. But because they want to ruin Kyrie's trade value and all those things because they know he's done after this season, they wanted to promote the documentary. They wanted to make an example out of him and any other player in the NBA who decides to get out of line, or what they call getting out of line. But just the cringiness of these men up here on these shows, man, it's so bad. It's the worst. It's at an all-time low, and that's why I can step away from this stuff without my conscience bothering me. I know a lot of people, like not watching the NBA. Of course, like I said, it's a difficult thing because I've always loved watching basketball. I love basketball, but at some point you got to take a stand for something, man. You got to take a stand for something. Even if Kyrie Irving comes back, I'm not going to watch it. I think most likely I'm done for the season. I think I'm done. But it's just cringy. It's just cringy. If y'all go watch for yourself, you just saw the Jalen Rose clip I showed, but just go watch the segment. Just go watch these ESPN segments when they have these topics on how uncomfortable everyone look because they know they're about to talk about something. They're about to give an opinion that they don't agree with. They just know that if they don't say what it is they're about to say, they're about to get crucified. They're about to get, lynched. Just go watch it for yourselves. Tell me what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm out.